Hey, what's going on, guys? Bflattened here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be talking about this week's featured run for the Chaos Chambers. It's going to be a series that I really want to bring forward so that I can give you guys the best tips and tricks that I can for the runs. Now, Pigward is kind of a really annoying boss. He likes to do a teleportation every once in a while that does an AoE that can really drop your ward quickly. You want to either get behind a um, object so that does not hit you. You also want to drop his shield as quickly as possible because it has resistances to your types of damage, so that it will make it a lot harder to fight. That's really all I can really suggest for Pigward. It's a very annoying boss, and I wish you the best of luck in that one. The mimics are the biggest one, though. We're on the mimic floor right now, and everybody's been having problems with all of them being immune. Now, there's a couple things that I can suggest in order to help. One, they need to take melee damage if they're immune to damage. Two, on the very first floor, there's a curse that you can take, and it'll be guaranteed to show up on the featured runs. It's called Bulwark Baddies. Now, Bulwark Baddies will spawn a little flying orb or whatever that like circles enemies, and they are immune to all types of damage. The bulwark baddies that are protecting the mimics in here, if you break them, those mimics that they were protecting will always take damage to non-melee damage to everything else. So you know which mimics to attack and which mimics to target, so that all of them are not immune to your damage. Here's an example. We'll see if we can find a bulwark baddie mimic. There's one up there. We'll try to see if we can safely approach it. I'll show you what I mean by it will always take damage. Now, of course, not every mimic needs... not every mimic is going to need the melee damage in order to damage it. It's mostly just the loot versions. I've noticed that it was the elite mimics and the babby mimics that are the ones that are immune the most. That one there is fine. I'm gonna try to see if I can find another bulwarked mimic in order to show this off properly. I'm using companions on this run, so it's not the easiest to showcase, but we'll go ahead and break this bulwark baddie here. Now this mimic here that was being protected, the one that just had the legs out and the ward, that one will definitely take damage to whatever we do to him, no matter what. Other mimics are going to start being immune to us right away, and that's going to make this run so much more difficult than it needs to be. It's not even funny. Gladly I didn't elite this encounter. Notice that if you elite the encounter for the mimics, it makes it 10 times harder, and there's more immune enemies, so you got to be careful with that too. But make sure to break the bulwark baddies and to pick it up on your very first curse encounter, because that's going to be the ticket in order to do damage to the mimics. As for Parasite, I'm coming up on Parasite now. Parasite's honestly a rather easy encounter. You want to make sure that Parasite doesn't get off his AoE attacks on you. And I noticed that electricity is probably going to be your best friend here, and or dark magic, because dark magic is going to be doing a lot to his last bar, which is going to be a majority of how you're going to be doing damage to Parasite. I've never actually tested this version of the build on Parasite, so it may not be the best display. So you're going to have to forgive me on that. Just doing a bunch of tests on this one. I'm also using Corrosive on his shield, so that's also not going to be amazing. It's doing a little bit of damage, it's not doing amazing. I'd have to revise this build a little bit more. But you definitely want to have dark magic on this fight, because that's going to be a huge shred to Parasite's HP, especially on this bar. I have a lot of dark magic going on this build. That was the thing that carried me, even though I was using Corrosive on a shield and also on HP. So I think that's going to be most of my tips this week. Of course, you can insert glitch here and everything will be fine as normal. But I wanted to try to do that as glitchless as possible to show you a realistic version of what this featured trial is going to look like. I hope that helps, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next feature run week. I plan to make this a regular thing to the channel, so I hope you enjoy it. My name is Bflattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care all. Laters.